The mission of the Rock Hill School District for our 17,673 students is to provide each one of our students with the opportunity to be actively engaged in the learning process to have a successful future. We can accomplish this through partnering with our parents, our community, to make sure that we create an environment where we inspire students to learn, connect, grow, and thrive.
Investing in our students is just a non-negotiable. We have to invest in our students to make them life ready.
A life-ready student is able to compete in a global market.
Whether they go into the technical career or go into a four-year college, they're ready to actually go out and start life.
I think that a life-ready student is able to communicate effectively, able to learn new types of technology, and most importantly, able to adapt.
In every community, as the quality of the schools, so is the quality of the neighborhood, of the community.
When these students walk into our rooms every day, for so many, we are their ticket to the future.
Well, I think investing in education is important to our community because we can see what investing in our education over the last 25 years has done. Rock Hill's changed. Rock Hill is a good town, and I say that all the time, but we are a successful town. Where we've transitioned as a community from a textile town to where we are now is directly responsible to the gains we've seen in our education system here in Rock Hill.
I think the opportunities are endless for our graduates. I think that Rock Hill Schools is really seeing and has held on to that shift that's happening in education to prepare our students.
Investing in education in our community is critical. As jobs change and develop in our community, which is growing by leaps and bounds, we have to be able to have a workforce that is ready and prepared to enter these new jobs.
So many people ask, why do we need a modern learning environment? I work hand in hand with workforce development with our city as a volunteer. I've been in different companies, I see the need, I hear businesses talk all the time. Our environments right now with our old facilities and our traditional furniture, we're not preparing our students the way we should.
When you look at the current state of many of the schools in our district, many of them are 50 plus years old.
An environment directly impacts how a student feels, learns, and interacts socially.
I remember Sunset Park when I was a student and then as a classroom teacher about 13 years ago, and there have not been many changes to the building.
Education, believe it or not, has changed since when I was in school and even since my two grown sons were in school.
So I believe that it is very important with the way our students are growing and changing that our building is updated so that it can meet the needs of our students and our students can be successful within the building and then go forth and be a part of our community.
I think all learners need to be provided with the opportunity to have that flexible, modern learning environment.
I was very fortunate to be the principal at Richmond Drive Elementary, which was a 1949 building. And now I'm the principal at Cherry Park Elementary School of Language Immersion. I loved all of my days and I loved my old school at Richmond Drive, but I'd have to be honest that in the new building we're in, we have made such improvements in the teaching and learning environment.
Creating a 21st century learning environment where children can learn those skills is vital in order for them to be able to compete both nationally and globally.
We try with the techniques that we've been taught, we try to have collaboration, but it's just very difficult in a traditional classroom to model those types of environments. We want our kids prepared. We want them to be the best they can be.
I think safety and technology go hand in hand. So I think things like adequate fencing is important. I think automatic lock systems on the doors is very important, and all of that can happen at the touch of a button.
We go to work every day. We go to work for 8 hours. And a big portion of that 8 hours, our children are at school. So we want to make sure that when they're there, they're safe.
I hope that my children go into school every day where they can focus on learning and focus on being the best person that they can be, and they don't have to worry about safety.
We want our children to be safe and we want them to be educated well, and we want them to be a whole child. And that's what we're aiming for.
And as strong as our education system is now, we need it to be stronger. And the best way we can do that is working together that our teachers, our principals, and our administration have the tools they need to prepare our kids for the future that is to come.
As we review the master plan and see the opportunities for renovated facilities, replacement facilities, and brand new facilities, we also are given the opportunity with this plan to look at expanding our much needed pre-K programs. We have 4-year-olds in our community that we desperately want and need to have them part of our school district.
It's really important for the community to support students because it's what helps students go into their future and allows them to do things that they wouldn't normally do in like elementary school or middle school or didn't have the opportunity to do. And it really allows for the community to grow as well.
We want to make sure that they're getting exposed to everything from the classroom to the athletic field of competition and also the arts. All of those things make up for a whole student experience.
We have some of the best athletes in the state of South Carolina, as well as singers and dancers.
Rock Hill Schools has always done an excellent job in maintaining and having the top-notch facilities that we have. It is now time for us to build the next generation of facilities that are going to last for another 70 and 80 years, just like the current ones that we have.
It's important that as a community we invest in our facilities so that our teachers and our administrators know that we want them to be the best that we know they already are.
And to be able to make Rock Hill a place where people want to come, we have to kind of step the game up to make sure that we're ahead of the game and we're actually paving the way.
We are preparing them to tackle any job, whether it currently exists or whether it will be a new job by the time they graduate and doesn't even exist yet.
You know, investing in students is what's going to change our community because, you know, there's people that are doing every different job opportunity all across, you know, all Rock Hill schools, South Point, Northwestern, Rock Hill High. Everyone's going to, you know, bring something different to the table, and that's all going to be fed back into the community.
It's a community thing. It's something that, you know, being able to bring better education, it enhances the children, it enhances our community, it just enhances everything around us.
We have to prepare our students for the jobs that are coming and the jobs that are already here.
Think in terms of endless possibilities for their learning, endless opportunities that they might have in the future.
That's our #1 job, is to make sure that they can be productive, and we're filling the pipeline with certified, qualified graduates.
We want everybody to be a part of this mission to educate our children. Each community grows based on the strength of its education system.
We can't just sit where we are. We have to think where we're going in the future. And fortunately, we have forward-thinking people in this community. And I just don't mean the politicians. I mean our community volunteers, our community members. I've been here 14 years and I want to stay here the rest of my life. I love Rock Hill. This is home. And I want my home to be the best it can possibly be for everybody, and especially for the children.
An investment in our school district is an investment in our children, and an investment in our children is an investment of the future. For a brighter tomorrow, invest in our children.
Invest in me.
Invest in my future.
Invest in my education.
Invest in me.
Invest in my future.
And invest in my education.
Invest in me.
Invest in my future.
Invest in my education.